let me show you how a new player to Elite Dangerous Odyssey can start making money fast. For this video, I'll be using the Diamondback Explorer. First, you'll need to scarf up a white suit like mine. It's called the Artemis suit. You can purchase that on any space station anywhere for 150,000 space bucks. This method can also be done in the hauler for super duper cheap. We're talking under 1.2 million for the hauler itself, fully upgraded as shown. The ship build links for the hauler as well as my Diamondback Explorer will be down in the description. Before we head out, let's talk about the galactic plane. Most people travel about on this level within the galaxy. Now, we don't want to start our search at this level in the galactic plane, so you can either head up or you want to start your search by heading down. Ultimately, you just want to select any star system, whichever it is, at least 300 light years from the bubble. I went a little bit overboard and, went almost 700. Once you get your target system all sorted out, head over to inara.cz, click on the Data tab, and from there you're going to click on Search for Nearest. From there, a new menu will pop up. You will want to click on the Bodies tab. For planet type, you want to set this to a high metal content world, then make sure that you have just landable checked. Next, head over to the Atmosphere tab and make sure that that is set to any. The system that you're plotting to that's at least 300 light years outside the bubble is the one that you're going to want to paste in here. Then click the search button. From there, you're going to get a big giant list of star systems that are nothing but high metal content worlds. Those are worth a whole boat ton when you probe them. And every single one of these planets, since they have a landable surface as well as an atmosphere, has an extremely high chance to have life on it. Ultimately, what you're looking to do is get a first footfall confirmed on any planet or moon, then combine that with the most godliest life form in the galaxy, Cha-ching! Which is called Stratum. When this happens, believe me, you're going to be busting out with your hanky because you're going to rub one out. As you're heading out to your target system, you're going to be doing two things quite a bit. First of all, you're going to be fuel scooping to keep your fuel up as much as possible. The next thing you'll be doing is using your discovery scanner to honk the systems. Honking a system pays the least amount of money, but the ultimate reason why you need to do this in your target system is it will reveal the planets you can go to. After honking, open up your system map. In almost every single case, life can only be on planets that have an actual atmosphere, which is the blue glow around it, and then they also need a landable surface so you can actually, go out there and scan them. That is the blue half moon shape. You can scan these planets from a distance with the full spectrum scanner, but if you get close enough, they will automatically scan for you. I'm lazy, I'm gonna fly there anyway and see if there's life on it, so might as well just fly there. Probing is super duper easy if you use the pattern I do. I generally fire one in the middle and then one that's going to loop around to the back side and then 4 in every corner, if a circle planet actually has a corner. But generally that right there, that pattern I'm showing you now, will almost always hit the efficiency bonus. Seriously though, if you're relatively new at this, don't sweat the efficiency bonus too much. I mean, it is a little bit of extra money, but literally we're talking about a little bit. After the great probing, the signal filter will actually show you how many life forms you have, and if you have more than one, you can either hit Q or E to see them. As you approach the planet or moon, where you land at is pretty key. All life is basically going to be in the bluish areas, but what is even more glorious is to look for the little greenish patches that are in the blue area. These greenish patches have a really good chance to spawn the plant life you're looking for, as well as be relatively smooth so it's not psycho to drive around on. After your glide is complete, the bluish green color will fade away. Now you're going to be looking for a nice smooth area to land. Get a little bit closer, decrease your throttle, you're going to notice life starts to spawn in. At this point you can do this two ways: land, hop into your SRV, or just hop out and do this on foot. I like to rally, so I'm going to go in my SRV. If you're new to exobiology and Elite Dangerous Odyssey, you need to keep one thing in mind. When you're out here scanning for little bitty life forms, make sure that you scan at least 3 samples of one life form before you decide to scan another one, or you will have to start all over again, and that sucks. Since I'm way below the galactic plane, outside the bubble, and I'm starting my search there, I have a really high chance for first footfalls, which is exactly what we're after. In order to take your next sample of the exact same plant life, you want to make sure that you head at least about 1 kilometer to 1.5 kilometers away, and then start looking for those life forms. Basically, if you don't do that, you won't have genetic diversity and you'll have to go further. And that's kind of stupid because it's getting in and out of your ship or in and out of your SRV, then driving a little bit further and finding another patch to scan. Sadly, you cannot scan for life in your ship or your SRV. You have to do it on foot. Probing the next planet. Now, it is worth mentioning that Inara.cz is going to let you know that these systems that you're looking in will have high metal content worlds with atmospheres, but chances are there might be even more planets with atmospheres too. And if they do, probe them as well to see if they have life on it. Now, it looks like we found 2 life forms, one being stratum. We're fixin' to be rich. You guessed it, looking for a nice little smooth green patch within the blue area. You know, I just love scanning for little bitty life forms, especially when they spawn right in front of me. Now, stratum can pretty much look like anything, but I'm willing to bet right now that that is stratum right there. Alright, hopping out of my SRV, just in case I'm gonna get my hanky and bottle of lotion ready, because if this is a first footfall, then I'm fixin' to be, oh my god, totally and completely space rich. Yep, I'm gonna hop into my SRV really quick, Commanders. I'm gonna need about a minute and 15 seconds of alone time. And oh yeah, I guess it's worth mentioning, if you play on keyboard and mouse, you can use your left mouse click to actually do the sampling that I'm doing right there. Clicking the right mouse click will actually put a pulse wave out there. Anything that you're actually sampling right now will look green. If you don't have genetic diversity with that sample, it'll appear blue. And a different species of plant will actually look purple. So only go after things that look green when you're trying to scan until you get all 3 samples. Seriously though, I hardly ever use the scanner. It's kind of a waste of time. Plus you have to do it on foot anyway, so the heck with it. I know what I'm scanning. It's definitely going to be green. The other thing I like to do when I'm searching for life, which is usually bacteria, is to use the third-person camera mode, then get myself locked into like a Diablo perspective, then look for life forms this way. This ultimately makes finding bacteria like super duper easy. You know, even a space caveman can do it. I know I keep going from one scan to the next, but I just can't stress this enough. In order to get genetic diversity, you need to be at least 1 kilometer to 1.25 kilometers away from the last thing you scanned. Alright, Commanders, I'm back in Diaguandri, and I ended up scanning only 6 systems, all the life forms that were in it, although I am guilty of skipping a couple of the single ones, which I shouldn't have done, just in case they were stratum. I honked every system on the way there and back, and I probed every single planet that had life on it. Alright, first things first, let's make our piddly money really quick. We're gonna head over to Universal Cartographics. This 4.5 million here is every single honk and all the probing that I did along this journey. Alright, got that out of the way. This is basically baby money. Which, you know, I guess isn't too bad if you're that space noob that went out in the hauler and forked out under 2 million to make that. Once you disembark, head into any space station and look for Vista Genomics. Talk to the person behind the counter, hey baby, and give her your genetic sample. Wow, that sounded pretty bad. Now, if you're a space noob, you're gonna think that 134 million for going out there and scanning 6 systems is pretty freaking glorious, but that doesn't even account for any of our bonus money. This is exactly why I recommend that you fly up or below the galactic plane, then do your search outside the bubble, because oh my goodness, we found multiple stratums, we found a whole bunch of life, and we had tons of first footfall moments. I don't care who you are, noob or not, that is some freaking glorious amounts of money right there.
Can I help you with anything else?
Sure. What time do you get off? I'd love to take you out for a drink. I guarantee if you found this video helpful, you're gonna love this next one.